and the green and white upon my chest. It's such a joy for us to see, for they play football the Celtic way, with the 4-leaf clover on my breast, and the green and white upon my chest. It's such a joy for us to see, for they play football the Celtic way, for they play football.
Oh my God, man. I don't even know what to say. Unbelievable game of football. Unbelievable game of football. Celtic 2, Aberdeen 2. I thought I was just going to have to play that for about 40 minutes and that we got out of jail free today. And at times it looked as though we did. It looked like we threw a 2-0 lead away. I was thinking of that Tottenham-Brighton game where they were cruising in the first half 2-0 and they fucked it. And Brighton came back into it and won 3-2. And I thought, here we go. What happened to Big Ange has got to happen to Brendan today. I thought we'd completely fucked it. But thankfully, we never. Unbelievable end to the game. But let's get into it. Let's get into it as best we can. My sidekick, Andy, is at the game today, as are the other gentlemen. So I didn't have an opportunity to get any of the other lads on. So unfortunately, you've got myself here today. So apologies for that. So let's get straight into the game with the starting lineup for today. So there was only one change for the starting lineup from the Ross County game, and it was Kyogo in for Big Adam Ida. Carter Vickers never made it, and Hatate, surprisingly for me, got the start in front of Bernardo due to his, again, waste of time going away for Japan. But that was the starting lineup, and we get into the game. So 2 minutes into the game, there was a shocker of a tackle by our man Shinnie on Alex Valle. It went to VAR, and VAR only looks for red cards. Shockingly, the referee never gave a free kick either. It was never a red card, but definitely a free kick. And Shinnie gets away with one there again. On the 13th minute, what's the goalie doing, Tam? Engels. Oh, the goalkeeper, I don't know what happened. I think it was a bad ball through for Hatate. The goalkeeper tried to keep it in. God knows what he was trying to do. And the ball breaks out to Engels on the left-hand side. And luckily for Aberdeen, the sun was in Engels' eyes and he played it in and hits the crossbar. It was unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable to watch that. Smell the gloves, saying it's pish. Street shitter. Did the sheep just win the Champions League there? Wankers. Hacking cunts, hope they all die in a coach crash. A bit harsh there. Street shitter, Jesus. And James, some game, but we should never be losing a 2-goal lead at home domestically. Aye, I'm with you, James, and I think we were lucky that goal was chopped off at 3-2, or we could have been completely pissing against the wind. But, you know, as we'll get into, we probably should have won it towards the end. So, 14th minute, Engels again. Scales to Valle, the ball was bobbling, and Engels again just wide. So I put down here on the 20th minute that Celtic were in complete control now, and Aberdeen were pushed right back. So in the 21st minute, McGregor tries a sighter, his usual one from just outside the box, and luckily for Aberdeen, and unluckily for us, it was just over. So then Hatate tries a shot, and it hits off the lad Rubizic on the dome. And a couple of minutes later, worryingly, the guy goes down. But it looked like a possible concussion from Hatate. But thankfully, you know, the guy was all right. And then a minute later, that's when the magic happened. What a goal. The Japan connection yet again. A great run and ball from to Kyogo. Kyogo plays it in Hatate, who makes a long busting run into the box, and a smart finish. 1-0 Celtic, and it was a fantastic ball for Arne Engels. Arne Engels played him in beautifully, and he squares it, and Hatate is there. I was saying that I thought Bernardo would have got the start before Hatate, but for me, he had a good game today. Some smart passes, and he played well today for me. Hatate, some nice balls, spraying the ball about and stuff like that. And George has put Maeda, invisible man, sub him quicker, for fuck's sake. I put it on Twitter. It's one of the ones that we're going to get into again. Why does Brendan leave it so late, man? Maeda had an absolute shocker of a game, and we will definitely get into that one, George, for sure. So Celtic go 1-0 up, and after that it was just all Celtic, all Celtic. Aberdeen, all at sea now. Celtic's pressing catches him out again. Hatate with another chance. It breaks to Kyogo, and it's 2-0 Celtic on the 27th minute. The deflection comes back to Kyogo, and it's literally a tap in for him. But 2-0, and Celtic in absolute cruise control. But as we know, with Celtic, when we do get in cruise control, and I was thinking of that Tottenham-Brighton game, Aberdeen nearly score. So in the 35th minute, there's a mix-up at the back with AJ and Trusty. God knows what the hell they were doing, and Aberdeen nearly score. And Value, luckily for us, gets back and he blocks it. And then just before the half-time whistle, Aberdeen are all at sea again. Kyogo goes down in the box, confusion everywhere. It finally breaks to AJ with a shot, and it goes out for a corner. So half-time, it is Celtic 2, Aberdeen 0. Celtic were in full control. One chance really for Aberdeen, and Celtic's pressing was fantastic. Aberdeen haven't played a team like us this season, and so far in that first half, it showed. But as we all know, that all sort of changed in the second half. Paul McFarlane, how in God's name was that not a penalty for Celtic in injury time? The tackle was directly on the line, so under the rules, it was a penalty. Paul, I have to disagree with you, mate. I think it was just outside the box. I think the referee made a fantastic call there, if I'm being honest. And for me, it was a free kick, mate. Did we have Casper in goals or Bain? I don't think, James, I think it'd been a bit harsher, mate. I think he didn't have any chance really with the two goals. You know, the second one was a deflection, and the first one, you know, we'll get into it in a minute, but the boy just got the right side of scales or the wrong side for us. And Street Shitter looked like a handball to me, mate. But again, we'll get into it as we keep going, my man. It looked like a handball for the angle that I seen. But half time, ladies and gentlemen, it is Celtic 2, Aberdeen 0. And then, God knows what happens in that second half, but we're just about to get into it. So in the 50th minute, a great ball from the Aberdeen midfielder. Sockler leaves Scales for dead with his movement, and it's 2-1. It was a great ball for the Aberdeen midfielder. A great run from Sockler, and Schmeichel had no chance. The boy was clean through, and I don't know, it was Scales' positioning or the boy's movement, a bit of both really, and Aberdeen straight back into the game at 2-1. On the 57th minute, Celtic broke away with Kalmak at the back. Great move. So straight for the back, to Hatate, to Engels. He plays Kyogo in. The wee man, he done too much. He sort of fluffed his lines, didn't he? And that should have been Celtic 3, Aberdeen 1. But for Kyogo, it wasn't. Smell the glove here. Always wary if you have a 2-0 lead at half-time. Every time the opposition pull one back, we go to jelly. Street Shitter again. It's all cool in the grand scheme of things. Aberdeen will be nowhere near us when we win the league. Hacking dogs. I think the last sort of, I was going to say last 10 minutes of the game, but with the 10 minutes injury time, the last 20 minutes, Celtic had chance after chance, corner after corner, and really we should have put the game to bed. But two cracking blocks at the very end of the match, gave Aberdeen that point. And James, I'm definitely with you, my good man. God help us on Wednesday night. I think Atalanta with that defence are going to give us a bit of a shoeing. Hopefully not, but let's see. And smell the glove as well is dreading Atalanta along with myself and our James. We'll get into that at full time, but definitely not looking forward to that on Wednesday night. So on the 60th minute, a nightmare for Celtic. terrible ball from Maeda. Aberdeen break. Ball falls to Shin at the end of the box. And he shoots, deflection, and unbelievably, 2 each. I put it on Twitter, and I've put it here as well. Get Maeda off that pitch. Yet again, Brendan Rodgers and his subs. Maeda absolutely honking today and still on that pitch after an hour. How can Brendan... I keep saying it on this podcast week after week after week. Why does he wait to the 60th minute? You know, it's... The guy's having a mare. Get him off the pitch. And the guy who was having a mare cost us a goal. Terrible ball for Maeda. I don't know what he was doing all day. One of his worst displays in a Celtic jersey for me today. He was absolutely terrible. I know what he does bring to the team, and he has been fantastic for us at times, but today it was just one of the games where he was completely anonymous. Get him off at half time and get somebody else on. We've seen the impact James Forrest had when he came on. You tell me you can't get a good 45, which would have been 55 minutes out of James Forrest. Of course you could. He should have been hooked at half time. Just Maeda really. I thought he was terrible today. Get him off at half time. Get Forrest on. There was no reason to give Maeda an hour 15 minutes, and on the hour he cost us a goal. So 4 minutes later, the changes did happen. Brendan Rodgers again waits to run about the 60th minute. Hatate got taken off for Bernardo, and the absolutely honking Maeda comes on for Forrest. James again. How that Nielsen stayed on the park is beyond me. He hacked down our players at every chance. Aye, completely agree with you, mate. I think the booking came a bit too late for him. And he took the easy way out, I think, before he got the red card with the cramp issues. Terrible, aye. Loads and loads of fouls for the boy. And he maybe should have seen that booking a bit earlier. Ali agrees with James. We're in trouble against Atalanta with that sort of defending. And James again, he wasn't the only one, Scotty. There was a few off it today. I completely agree with you, mate. So let's continue with the game. So the substitutions were made, and I put here one of Maeda's worst games in a Celtic jersey, which I've just covered. So then on the 70th minute, I was nearly bringing out that get out of jail free card. I've just put here, wow, just wow. Kuhn gives away a silly free kick on that left wing. Ball comes in, good ball to be honest with you. And defence absolutely nowhere to be seen. 3-2 Aberdeen. So at the time, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Watching it from my couch, Aberdeen go 3-2 up. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I just thought terrible defending. I thought Trusty was all at sea. It looked like, just one of the Brighton Tottenham games. I thought, here we go. Sometimes you get what you deserve. And I just thought Aberdeen had, taken that lead 3-2. And thank the fucking Lord that VAR intervened and the goal get chopped off. So Brendan, again, saw what was happening, rung the changes. Kyogo get taken off on the 72nd minute. Big Ida came on, and then on the 78th minute, Engels came off and McCowan came on. So Mo is asking where our Andy boy is. Andy's actually at the game, mate. He got a ticket, so he is at the game, as are the other lads. So unfortunately, you're stuck with myself from sunny Spain. Smell the glove. Can't blame the international break. Aberdeen had players away as well. Aye, it sometimes mucks your momentum up, doesn't it, these international breaks, but I don't think we can have any excuses today. I think Brendan had plenty of time to prepare for Aberdeen, plenty of time to see what they were all about. And I think especially in the first half, I think we dominated, and rightly so, went in 2-0 up. Aberdeen didn't look a threat at all. And fair play to Jimmy Tellin, he changed it at half time, seen where all the issues were, and brought 2 subs on that completely changed the game for Aberdeen. And if it wasn't for that, that handball, we would have been 3-2 done. So fair play to the guy. That shows how progressive he really is, this new coach that Aberdeen have got. He saw that there was an issue, he changed it, and Aberdeen did get back in the game. So fair play to the boy for that. So all the subs were made, the 4 subs. And then the game started to feel, to me, like an old school cup tie. In the 87th minute, Great ball to Valley on the left wing. He stupidly, for me, doesn't look up. He had so much time. He deflects off the Aberdeen defender and straight to the goalkeeper. You can see Adam Ida absolutely raging with him. The boy just had to get his head up there, and he had so much time. Nobody was on him, all the time in the world, and he could have done better in that situation. And then I was expecting or hoping for at least 5 minutes injury time with the VR decision and the subs and stuff like that. And incredibly for me, the fourth official puts up 10 minutes on the board. And I thought to myself, we're going to do this here. Aberdeen were pressed right in now. I thought we were going to get that winner, and we'll go for it now. Maybe we should have done. On the 92nd minute, McGregor got a shot off from the edge of the area. It was a good block. You know, you could see him just lining it up, and Aberdeen got a cracking block in. And then a minute later, the ball got played into Forrest. It was a brilliant ball in for AJ on the right-hand side. And Forrest maybe could have just volleyed it, but he took a touch and he screwed it wide. Again, should have been 3-2. And then my streamer here, I've got one of the dodgy sticks, allegedly one of the dodgy sticks. And I completely missed what happened. It kept jumping. But I think it was a corner kick and it came in. And I think AJ, for what I could see, sort of fouled the keeper. Did Ida put the ball in the net? I'm not too sure what happened, so no clue. But I believe the ball was in the net and AJ was fouling the goalkeeper. And in that last 10 minutes, it was just all happening, wasn't it? A great ball in by AJ again, hits the defender, then falls to Forrest yet again, and unlucky. And then the big talking point right at the end of the game, McCowan, great play for the wee man on the edge of the area. He goes down at the edge of the area, and the referee, I thought he pointed to the spot, but he's pointed to the edge of the area for a free kick. And for me, you know, it's a massive talking point. It did go to VAR and they never gave the penalty. For me, seeing it on the replays here, it was outside the box and it was a brilliant decision by the referee. I'm not sure what you think. Let me know in the comments, guys. But I think that was definitely a free kick and just outside the box. San Fran Celtic is saying terrific game. It was a terrific game. It was one of the old school cup ties for me. It was a brilliant game to watch. Probably was a better game to watch for the neutral and no for us Celtic fans, but it just looked like we were going to get that goal, didn't it? It was coming, and then it just happened, didn't it? It happened on the last minute of the game. Everything happened. The two off the line, the great save for the goalkeeper, and that one right at the very end as well. Unbelievable. What's your thoughts, guys? Did you think it was a handball for Big Duke at the end there? The angle I seen, it did look like a handball. You know, I don't know if I'm clutching at straws here and praying that with, you know, we were getting that penalty kick. Was it a free kick? Was it a penalty? Or again, was it just a great block for the guy? Let me know in the comments. So Neil Simpson here, I believe must be an Aberdeen fan. Isn't it sad the mocking the critic from Celtic support? It's going to be 4-1-5-1-6-1. Not a chance. The Dandies are here to stay. Great game, guys. Stand free. We played outstanding today. Deserved the point. Neil, completely agree with you, mate. You know, your manager changed it up. I thought you were very, very lucky. Very, very lucky at the end there to come away with a point, if I'm being honest. But no, he's done well today. He's mixed it up in the second half. He's got back into the game. Unlucky with the handball to go 3-2 up. And he's played well, mate. He's came and he's done a good job. He's didn't come here to sit in. So fair play to his, but I think he's were lucky at the end to get away with a point, if I'm being honest. But no, it's good to actually have a challenge up there at the top of the table. It's good to know that you are now the second best team in Scotland. So, welcome to the party, Neil. And what a great player he was. Every day, smell the glove. I never celebrate any goals anymore. VAR has taken the fun out of football. I think they have to do a VAR check, mate, after every single game, don't they? After every single goal. And it is a bit annoying. And it does take the fun out of it. But some of them you can see. I think Aberdeen's first one, for example, that went to VAR, and you know, the drew the lines. The boy just he played scales a belter, you know, and there was no way the boy was offside. And the second one, a deflection, you know, for Shinnie. There's no complaints for me. And VAR at the end of the day, you know, we do slag it off, but thank God it saved us at the end with that when that third one went on. And that's it. So Neil, it's good to see you, mate, on the Celtic podcast, on the Four Leaf Clover podcast, mate. What are you saying now? Not many teams have came from 2-0 down. Stop crying. We're going to finish second. Neil, we hope you do finish second, mate. It's like I said, mate. It's good to see you own a Celtic podcast, and hopefully you do finish second, mate. And we're about 20, 30 points ahead of you. That would be good to see. But tell your pals about this podcast, mate. It's good to see you on a Celtic podcast. And Street Shitter getting on some shit again there. That's Street Shitter by name, Street Shitter by nature. Neil Simpson, you're not on an Aberdeen podcast. Take that, crumpled nose. Oh, Street Shitter, come on. He's only on trying to give us a wee bit of banter, mate. It's they done well with it. He done well with it, and fair dues to them. You know, it's good that we have got a challenge, because the only team in that league that's given us a challenge. So that's us, ladies and gentlemen. I've tried the best to get myself through that without any help. Our Andy's at the game, along with the rest of the guys. It's finished Celtic 2, Aberdeen 2. Our next game is on Wednesday night against Atalanta. And I, for one, are completely dreading it, lads. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a 5:45 kickoff on Wednesday night. I think if Carter Vickers isn't back for that game, we are in big trouble. You know, I can't see us getting anything for the game. I've got to be honest with you. I think we're going to struggle big time after what happened in Dortmund. Atalanta, you know, Europa League winners, absolutely flying. It's going to be a tough night. And like I said, if Carter Vickers isn't back, then Jesus, I think we're really going to struggle. Jamie, we're allowed our gamesmanship and anti-football tactics to affect us. We need to be better than that. And 1976, Doc, great result for Scottish football. Pull away from the rotten mob. Yes, I believe they're away to the Ayrshire Killie tomorrow, and the Ayrshire Killie have not scored first in any game this season. So hopefully that changes tomorrow. It'll be a tough game for them tomorrow down in Ayrshire, and hopefully Aberdeen, that's a good point for Aberdeen, and they can extend the lead over that rotten mob. Paul, thank you very much. I tried my best there without my sidekick, but it was one of them. And smell the glove. All ball planes to Italy are suspended, and we can't get there. Do you want to take the penalised 3-0 defeat because we can't make it to the game? I think that's maybe a good result for us on Wednesday night, mate, getting beat 3-0, to be honest with you. But let's see. We live in hope. So join myself, Andy, and the rest of the boys on Wednesday night. We will be back for your post-match show. Me, Andy, Paddy, and Jerry. So that's us, ladies and gentlemen. The game finished. Celtic 2, Aberdeen 2. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for getting me through that on my own. And that is us. We will see you on Wednesday night. Cheers.